Hey everybody, it's E3 2009. I'm Sean McInnes, but the man to my left needs no introduction. He is obviously comic book legend Stan Lee. Stan, how are you doing today?
Well, I would do better once in a while if I'd get an introduction. Everybody says I don't need one. Everybody else gets introductions. I don't get an introduction. But I'm going to overlook that and pretend that we're still on speaking terms.
Well, I hope you can forgive me that one small mistake.
Little indiscretion, but okay.
All right, let's get right into it. Marvel Ultimate Alliance 2 coming out in the near future. What do you think so far?
Well, what I've seen of it, it is about the greatest game I have ever seen. First of all, you've got 24 wonderful characters, and you can be any one of them. You can play it with 3 of your friends. I mean, and there are so many ways that you can fuse and have combinations, and it's just inspiring. It really is. I mean, if you're into superheroes, if you're into comics, if you're into video games and action, and something that has more of everything you like than any other video game, this is a pretty good choice.
How do you think that compares with a game like the Spider-Man games, where it's really focused on one character? Did your opinion of the game change depending on whether there's like tons of characters coming together or just one at all?
No, the thing I admire about Activision is they do it all. They have this great Spider-Man game. They've done that, and it was terrific. Now they give you another choice, 24 characters. God knows what they'll do next time, what they'll think of. But there's room in video gaming for all types of different things, and I think that they've really gone over the top with this one.
So this is obviously based on the Civil War timeline. I'm curious your thoughts when you heard that they were going to dive right into that sort of time period in the canon for Ultimate Alliance 2.
It's a great idea because the Civil War series was one of Marvel's most popular series. The idea of the government having a voter registration act, and half of our heroes, led by Iron Man, want to go along with the government and register, and the other half of our heroes, led by Captain America, he doesn't want to, and they actually have a war. Our own heroes fight each other, and they took that whole theme and they put it into the Ultimate Alliance 2 game. So it's not just a lot of senseless running around and fighting, but there's a little story behind it, and no, I think it's wonderful.
Are there any other important timelines from the comics that haven't been explored yet that you'd really like to see in games?
Oh, all sorts. I'm not familiar with every game that's ever been done, but probably the war with the Skrulls that I did 1,000,000 years ago. And, unfortunately, I can't even remember all the things we've done. But almost everything that Marvel has done, there were a lot of things with Thor and Loki and all the gods that would make a good one. Almost everything, if you go back and you study them, I think they'd be material for... I don't think Activision will ever run out of ideas for Marvel games.
As far as the style of Ultimate Alliance 2, like 24 different characters coming together, do you think that's something that could work in Hollywood? Obviously, we've seen a lot of characters in the X-Men movies, but Ultimate Alliance 2 has a whole lot more. Do you think such a huge cast could work in a movie?
It would work magnificently, except nobody could afford it. And that's the thing. How they even managed to do it in this video game, I don't know. It's genius the way they put it together. But and because I was watching some of the game, and not only have they put it together, and not only are the characters so exciting in the way they're moving and fighting, but everyone is in character. Everyone is using his and her powers exactly the way they should be doing it, according to the comics and according to the things we've established. So what I'm saying is every character is true to his and her own gestalt, you might say. And that's impressive because that's not easy to do.
Now, another a big movie coming out down the line is the Avengers movie. Thoughts about that?
Well, I really cannot, because it isn't for me to give away any advance information.
Of course.
And not that I even have that much advance information, but obviously it's going to be a number of our characters led by Captain America, and they're all going to be together in this one movie. There won't be 24 of them like in the video game, but it'll be sort of that idea in a movie.
So, with one final question here, Stan, I'm curious, as more video game movies come out and as more comics movies come out and more video game adaptations of those movies come out, I'm curious if you think that video games have matured enough so that they don't need to stick necessarily 100% with the movie, if you think that they are independent enough to sort of veer off in their own stylistic choices.
Well, basically, video games do veer off in their own style. They don't just blindly follow a movie story, then there's no point in playing the video game. They're based on a movie, the ones that are based on movies. And then they use the movie story, the plot, as a takeoff point, and they build on that. And they give the player a chance to figure out things that might have happened in the movie but didn't. And you can explore all the new options that you might dream of. So they're very creative, and anybody who has seen and enjoyed a movie would probably enjoy playing the video game because it's like an extension of the movie, but it's not a carbon copy of the movie.
All right, there. Thank you
How
very much.
about that?
Excellent, Stan.
Okay.
Very much appreciative of your time.
Well, you should be.
All right, there you go, everybody. Stan Lee.